Good morning, everybody. Mitch here. Going to do a little quick pre-market plan for you. Obviously, we got a really nice big gap up overnight, and you can see that we kind of accelerated through this range and pretty much started stopping and chopping around this main balance area during the overnight session. Obviously, here as we head towards the market open, we're getting a little pop higher. Hard to say that we don't see some kind of bigger move up. Obviously, it's a bit of a vacuum to these higher magnetic exposures on the long side. I would look at what we do between this particular area here, the 76.20, 76.35 on ES, as kind of the big test on the day. If you cover that, there's the potential to make the rest of the run higher. I do think the potential risk is any reversion from those come back probably to this strongest balance area here around 7600 to 90 on ES. I think that that is kind of the case for any rejections up here, because coincidentally we are now moving into a more heavily positive gamma territory with exposures that are a little bit more what we had been seeing before this recent drop, where things had started to get a little mean reverting and slowing down move. So I will be keeping an eye out for that in particular. What happens if we go test up here? Do we reject? Do we continue on and kind of just get that pin much, much higher? Because obviously the bigger the positions up here, the more magnetic they can be if we kind of get in their orbit. So right now we're not. Until that changes, I'll assume we're going to range around in this kind of area, maybe in a 50 to 60 point range at best. But we'll see what happens at the open. The risk to the downside, obviously there's not a strong structure below us. I just wonder, is this one of those days where you kind of come back and test this kind of do or die spot? That kind of opens the door maybe to lower. Obviously these are very thin positionally, but my assumption is there's so much betting on the upside. How much is there truly to explore to the downside without giving most of this move back to the overnight open, for example? So I will be a little cautious. I have this gut feeling we might just end up dancing around either side of this kind of strike where we're at going into the open and coming back towards that, whether from below or from above. I have a feeling that might be kind of a magnet on the day, knowing that we have FOMC kind of looming over us. We have a expiration, we have OPEX. Maybe that gap up and that move is the move that we get, and the rest of the day is kind of grindy chop into those headlines. So whatever we do, trade safe. Fool and his money are soon parted, so don't be foolish. See you on stream.